So that is a very good question, and I'll be happy to give some suggestions as far as what you should be asking your shop when you go to purchase a bow for the first time. So as soon as you go into your local shop, make sure right offhand that they know that you are a novice and that you're going to have a lot of questions and that you're going to need somebody to spend a little bit of time with you in order to make you feel satisfied about your purchase. Also, I would recommend calling the shop you're going to ahead of time and see if you're allowed to make an appointment. Some shops do that, some don't, but at least if they do, there's going to be somebody there kind of set aside to be able to spend a little extra time with you. And a lot of shops like this one appreciates it when you do that. So, tip number 2 is before you even start pulling back bows and shooting them, make sure the shop and whoever you're working with knows what you're willing to spend to get into archery. Tell them, hey, I got a budget of $600. I got a budget of $1,000. That way, they don't put anything in your hands that you're not going to buy. Once your shop has put a few bows in front of you that's within your price range, the next step is for them to measure your draw length, because you're probably not going to know it right offhand going in. And then hopefully they're going to crank the poundage down a little bit for you so you can shoot several of the bows multiple times. Let them know, hey, I haven't shot before. 70 pounds, maybe even 65 pounds probably isn't a good idea depending on if you're a fully grown adult or not. Let's crank it down to 55 or 60 so you can get a lot of reps in. The next thing I would recommend asking is, once you've kind of narrowed it down to 1 or 2 bows, ask the bow shop, what's the poundage variance on these bows? So for example, if it's a 70 pounder, how far down will it go? And the reason you want to do that is because, once again, if you haven't shot much, you're going to want to start off at a lower poundage so that you can go home and shoot a lot, get your bow sighted in, and then the more you shoot, the more you'll develop those shoulder muscles and you'll be able to crank the poundage up. Some bows only go down 5 pounds, some of them go down 10, some of them go 15, just depends on what bow they got in front of you. The last few things I would recommend asking your shop, once you've settled on a bow that you like, that shoots good, it's within your budget, something you can kind of develop with, make sure that they put the bow in time and also set the center shot on your arrow rest. Those two things are going to play key factors in the arrow flight, because if those things are not done properly, your arrow could be flying a little left, a little sideways, a little up and down, and you're not going to enjoy archery. And just keep in mind, guys, I do not speak for all bow shops by any means. These are just a few of the basic, simple requests a customer should ask their shop to make sure they're going to like archery. If y'all got any other questions, drop them in the comments.